Good evening, friends. And I say welcome to you all in this wonderful evening of Kingdom Death Monster, where we shall hopefully, assuming everything goes to plan with our Screaming God experience, have a little showdown against an inverted pariah. I, unlike Devereaux, do not have my pariah attached to the roof above my head. As cool as it would be, I have not done so. So you'll just have to make do with the normal upside down pariah experience on my table as it exists right now. If you missed earlier in the day, I've done two separate streams today. One showdown with another Screaming God, and then the Gambler, and I call him Gambler. And that's a Simpsons reference for anyone who didn't get it. And the experience was very nice, very fun. Yes, the Gambler did not prove to be too much of a challenge for us, although he did do some gnarly things at times. But we managed to evade most of his chicanery. And that brings us back to Lantern Year 21, and I call him Gambler! That brings us back to Lantern Year 21, and then we follow suit with a Pariah in 22. And then it's a Black Knight in 23, if I remember rightly. No, he's in 24. Okay. I had that card come up, and because of dagger specialization, I discarded it to try and rewound the previous attempt. So no, I did not have any dice modified. Because I'm brilliant. Brilliant at this game, I say. So there's a lot of cool stuff coming up. Now, I did forget to do a creeping longing event at the end of the last stream. I forgot about that. So I did it. I killed a guy. Who did I kill? Let me just see. I killed Tar, and then he gave me an organ, which I used for butchery on my survivor that has fist and tooth and has an armoured fist that we janked and rolled, which is awesome. So lots of cool stuff happening. So this is Hastur's second to last fight. He's just been an absolute behemoth at all junctures and every moment in this series. And I'm very, very pleased with his performance. There's a moment of sadness. We raise a glass to the hero that is the King in Yellow, who will come out on one more hunt after this one, but we might save him for the Parasite Queen, maybe. So if you recall, he's rocking with this Dashing Reaper. He's gaining +2 strength, but it's actually going to be +4 because of the Dashing Reaper being a dagger. He gains 2 luck, which means he crits on 5s with a savage weapon, and if he fails to wound, then he still will probably do some stuff. He's got Sad Frog Dog Song. He's just glorious. He's one of the coolest guys we've ever had. After a wounded hit location is discarded, a Dagger Master who is adjacent to the attacker and the wounded monster may spend 1 survival to redraw the wounded hit location and attempt a wound with a dagger with his huge luck. That is just incredible. What a great survivor. And so we're using the Gus Knives Grimmery guy. Legend. Atla is one of my new favourite survivors. So Atla has currently rocking this wrought bow. Is that what I gave it? Yep. The wrought longbow. And we've given her some dried acanthus as well. But what's exciting about her loadout, with her +2 strength bonus, is that she has fist and tooth proficiency, and she has armoured fist, so she's going to gain strength 8, or whatever it is to her base strength for her attacks, making her legitimately actually able to wound some cool stuff. She is devout, which means that armor of 10 or whatever it is potentially going to be even higher. Very exciting. Shrine, you'll love to see it. 1 speed, so Fist and Tooth, 3 strength. No luck is the only downside to her. So Fist and Tooth, you normally want to stack luck, but yeah, such is... If we were using a dagger that was like critting on deadly or whatever, like if we used Obsession, we would be critting on a 2+. How exciting would that be? What is Obsession? It's gold, isn't it? I don't think we can actually... Anyway, I'm going off tap. She suffered the destroyed genitals at the sacrifice. No, not the sacrifice. The scarification endeavour, which actually leads us into trying to get Stoneheart up. She suffered a severe injury, gained a progress. So 4 more severe injuries, and we'll get to Stoneheart 3. There's probably some ways that we might try and manufacture that by going for like that drilling in your brain one, whatever it is. Intracranial hemorrhage. So yeah, she's a fun survivor, but she's going to rock the bow for most of the showdown because it's a much higher strength. Egia is a Marrowist who is going to be wielding the Forge Priest's hammer. Again, having the scavenger kit feels really good against this guy alongside the Royal Scalpel. Feels tremendous. The Sanctified Rosary gives us an extra 2 armor. She now is rocking with 11 armor, and if I gave her a shield, it would be 12 armor. It's just outrageous. That's one of my favorite grids. I love Marrowists; they're the funnest. Also got High Roller with 2 there. Yeah, she's got Club Spec now, so she can double her wound attempt on a perfect hit. We want to get her a good club. Galp has the glow card, and that is the only reason she is still alive. She's got a chosen thing. I might use that Story of the Hunter's Arrow to try and fling that shot at the very end to get the death blow again. We're going to try and use that for the death blow. The downside with that plan is she's only strength 3, so we need a 9 or something. Strength 7, yeah. Doesn't feel great. If we had a bit more strength, it would probably be more worthwhile. She does have a luck, so she's going to be critting on 6s as well. Well, we're doing Screaming God in this showdown. This is not the Pariah until next Lantern Year, and Urza will come out for that. So we'll cancel the fuck out of his somatic empathy that time. Yeah, so I do want to get this Mage's Hood and the Holy Sword Whip. But I also don't like Chosen, and I think what we might try and do is just blow her up. But if I hold on for 1 more hunt before I blow her up, then we likely get, well we get the hood. And then it's like, well, do you keep going and try and get the friggin'... Anyway, that's a problem for future Trent. And of course, Bastet is ridiculous. Movement 8. Crazy. 1 speed, 6 strength. Pack leader. I spent all of the Gambler Showdown with this chick just running around. You know, feel like Flash. Gotta run. And then she leveled up Pack Leader and gave it to everyone. And might I add that she leveled up Pack Leader as a scout. That has got to be the fucking best thing you could ever do in this game. So good. Okay, so level 1, Screaming God. We need to get better stuff. You can scan resources now, by the way. So cool. And scan gear grids on Scribe. Boss is indeed swift. So let's work out if we're going to get our shrine roll. So the person who's going to do the shrine roll is going to be a person who isn't devout. So that'll be Yalp. Yes. So good. Devout. Okay, yeah. Yalp the glamorous, whatever. Rolls a 3, so we actually gain virtuous, so I can clear off a knowledge. do I want to do that? Yeah, that's probably worth it. Everyone is devout now, including her. So I guess we clear this because she hasn't got a melee weapon anyway. So this one's called Virtuous. G'day Zwex, welcome. At the start of your act, gain 1 insanity on if all survivors in the showdown are devout. Yes, they are. While you are insane, 1 movement, 1 accuracy, and 1 speed. So that's okay. And then the second one is face painting. We fail on the face painting, and so we have no additional survival on the D part. Very disappointing. Yeah, that's exactly right, mate. We just want to get the alpha set online, and we want to get at least 1 weapon, if we're fortunate, maybe 2. That's the plan. Yeah, the wrought ironworks, we've got the wrought longbow in play, so I do like it. But yeah, now my book has gone. G'day, Ombrages and Bird. Love the Screaming God. Love the Screaming God. Don't love this book, which has actually fallen to pieces very, very quickly. So I've been sticky taping the pages together, which works fine and is working okay for the moment. So that one's sticky taped. This one is not sticky taped. That's the first one that's not sticky taped. But yeah, it's an amazing expansion, and I'm really excited to try out the Parasite Queen, because if the Parasite Queen is on par with the level of this, then we're in for a great time. Herb gather, mineral gather. Nah, I'm not doing that, mate. It's a book. I've always felt like having some damage to your things shows that you have used it, and to me that is a mark of respect. I've said this many times before, but the Australian cricket team, when they get a hat that's called a baggy green, you get a baggy green that's brand new, and then you have these old guys who've been in the side for 10 years and their baggy green's torn to pieces, and that is like a mark of respect. Everyone loves the baggy green if it's all banged up and stuff. So that's how I feel about my books. I'm using it. How good is it that it's broken? Because it means I'm actually doing stuff with my cool toys, you know? So there you go. That's my methodology. And I also don't want to cost King of Death more money, the company. They're fine. They're doing fine stuff, you know? They got enough problems with me trying to get free shit out of them. I don't think they've got that many problems, but you know what I mean. Okay, so we depart. I think we do have an extra 2 survival from something. So that's gonna, why has Haster only got 2 survival on departure? No, he should have more than that. 1, because we had 5 survival. I think that's right. Look, he's only got 3 on the waist. What an idiot. She's correct, but when she gets to the showdown, yeah, nothing. She's going to get an extra 2 from Devout, the Sanctified Rosary, and 24, 18. Okay, we've got a couple of survivors with 8s. Excellent. All right, so the first person doing this is Hastur. Sea of Fragments. The event revealer rolls 1d10. Okay. Oh, we can gain a Tempered Hooves on a 9+ here. I think that's a new one. I haven't seen that one. Sea of Fragments. You're a blue guy, I think. Oh no, yellow. We've got to roll the yellow dice. It's Hastur. Oh, get in the fucking box, didn't I? Get in the box. That was a 9. 8. Okay. Clouds of chafing stone dust stumble along, choking. All survivors with heavy gear in their gear grid gain a -1 movement token. So I'll put those out, but we are probably going to use Song of the Brave to ditch those. So heavy gear here. I did succeed in the perfect punt. we'd put the lantern halberd in it. So no heavy gear there, some heavy gear here, and the scout pack. All right, well, let's hope that the darkness is nice to us. Atla, a scout hunt event. Let's roll it. It's a lantern 10 on the scout hunt event. Couldn't tell you what this is, but sure it'll be great. Yeah, it's not as good as Trophy Taker. That's fair. But it would have been nice. Irresistible Temptation. That's terrible. In the mouth of a massive stone face, a glorious prize catches the eye of the scout, a shimmering blade from a long-forgotten settlement with smithing prowess beyond the scout's comprehension. Does the scout have 2 speed? No, she's got 1. She's got 1. If they have 2+ speed, gain an oxidized lantern sword. That is great. Otherwise, the stone maw snaps shut and the scout suffers a severe injury. Hey, Fen. That is an 8+, which is they suffer the dismembered arm severe injury. I will use my dried acanthus with which I brought this for that express purpose. A 2+ speed on the scout would have been absolutely legit though. We definitely had a scout with 2 speed for a while there. Scout hunt events suck. Next one is, all right, this one is called Illuminated Corpse. All survivors are insane, so someone's got to eat it. Gain a basic resource. Each survivor loses 4 survival. That's just awful. Should be fine for everyone but Hastua, who can't gain survival on the hunt. Note to self, don't take a dreamist on this hunt. So we roll a random hunt event and we gain a basic resource. 12. I have skirted with Harvester many times. A monster hide. And 12, I think, is a bad nightmare or something, maybe. I wish it was 14, Snow the Saviour. That'd be great. 12, Destiny Bound. The event revealer gains 1 courage. Yes. So that was the third one, which is Agia gains 1 courage. She is bold. She's bold as can be. Prepared. So she'll roll on the bold table. She rolls a 1, which I think is gain a strength token for the upcoming hunt. Seems okay. It's gain a speed token. Well, that's nice. Why couldn't you have gotten that before and been the scout also? Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that. That's Forge Priest Hammer going to town. Yep, so that's it. The survivors may skip the next hunt space. Well, I think I will. Into Horror of the Infinite. Oh no! The event revealer spies a cloud of dust over a cliff edge. Frantic hoofbeats. If the event revealer has 9 courage, yeah, we don't have 9 courage. So the event revealer, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's, yeah, yes, perfect. It's the person I want to die. 0, and gets the traumatized disorder. Yeah, we would love to see 73 for the Golden Ember, so we can make the Scythe of Doom. And we would also love to see... I'm not sure. I'm not sure what else we'd like to see. Let's do our... things. So the first one is a 4, so that's everyone else gains a survival, gain a -1 evasion token. So I'm going to place these out now because we have to make a decision about what we're going to do. So I'm just going to give everyone a survival, and that will be fine because Hastur doesn't gain that. Next person rolls a 2, that's gain a -1 accuracy token, and that is on Atla, who is here. Egia rolls a 7, which is -1 event damage to the arms. It is a level 1, yep. Glamorous rolls a 2, so that is a -1 accuracy token, and that one is fine. We'll keep that because she gets to archive a hit, which is fine. And then the scout rolls a 2, which is gain a -1 accuracy token. So we'll keep that definitely. We don't want the scout to have -1 movement. So that is all for Overwhelming Darkness. Once again, no leader at all. We'll go here. So we're going to do Mineral Gathering, followed by Herb Gathering, followed by that event. I haven't seen any of these events that makes the monster move backwards and forwards. I was quite nervous that that was going to happen, but that hasn't happened. So, Mineral Gathering. Mineral Gathering, first of all. We need as much iron as we can get our filthy little paws on. Blue dice for that. That's a Lantern 10, so we gain a scrap, and then we can go into the worm tunnels. So let's do that. We're going to do that with the scout. So the scout has a sickle, so is getting +2. So that goes to a 6. Lose 2 survival and gain 2 insanity. Oh, hang on a second. Before I do this, I've got to decide, because people are deaf, aren't they? And you can actually die on deafness here. The scout is deaf. Okay, the scout will not be going into that. So forget that. The scout is not going in there. They are deaf, and that can just kill you. Shan't be doing that. Galp. Galp is not deaf, so she will go down. We're going to pretend that roll didn't happen. Whoops. So she rolls an 8. So she can gain an iron, or she can descend into the crystal lake. She will descend into the crystal lake. She does not have a whip. Yes, this chick's not insane. So do we go for crystal skin, or do we go for the iron? Yep, no, that's fine. That's a Lantern 10, 2 iron. Do you spend 3 survival to descend into the Lantern City? Hey, Gian. If you are insane, you gratefully accept their invitation to stay. Otherwise, your memory grows hazy. Gain 6 insanity, 1 survival. Yeah, I've got to take this. I'm going to use a lifetime reroll on this. I'm going to the Lantern City. She's in black, so this could just be the best thing ever. 5 to 8 is what we want. No, 5 to 9 is what we want. Deno! It's a 4. All right, lifetime reroll. Yep, lifetime reroll. Into a 1. Lose all your survival, gain 6 insanity and 1 random disorder. That is devastating. That is devastating stuff. Oh. That would have been 4 iron and 3 scrap. Instead, we just get 1 scrap out of that. Okay, I can still send someone down. Anyone else not deaf? So the scout's not going. Egia might go down. Yeah, Egia will go down. So she's got a... Yep, so she rolls an 8. So she can get an iron, or she can spend 2 survival. And she's got a whip. So I reckon we go that. 2 survival. So we're into Crystal Lake because we've got Grapple Claw there. Let's try a red dice. So yeah, at worst we get a 7 and we get 2 iron. Yeah, I think that's definitely worth it. So that's an 8, or it's a 7, so it goes to 9. So we get 2 iron. Oh, do we risk? She is insane. We can't afford to do it with her. So we'll just take 2 iron. Very good. And then I think we go down, so Atla is not deaf, so we can afford to go down with her. She rolls an 8. Gain an iron, strange resource, embedded in a crystal. Spend 2 survival. Go down, come on, Atla, Atla. Into a 9, so she can get 2 iron as well. She is insane, so she will get 2 iron. Okay, that's 4 iron. I'm going to take 4 iron and ride off into the sunset. Glorious turn of events. And we get a scrap as well. We'll put a scrap in the storage. Yeah, 4 iron. Perfect. Now we do herb gathering. So everyone gains a survival, and the person who is a gourmandist gains a strength token. You're using what weapon? Yeah, wrought longbow. Yep, fine. Strength token. Perfect. How cool is this, by the way? So we've got Stone Heart. When you suffer severe injury, gain a progress. When we encourage, we get a collapsed lung severe injury. So we can actually level up Stone Heart to max, I think, without, yeah, it's so good. Fuck, I love this game. I just love it. All right, we're rolling on herb gathering. So we want to try and get to the 45 result. So the first person rolls 8, 9, and 5. So that's 22, 32. Second person gets nothing. Third person gets 9. So we just roll 1 and 1. So we get to the result we want, which is a vermin resource. 2, oh, not this bad boy. All right, so we're going to consume that. Yep, okay. That's just tragic for you, Deno. Who's this on again? We're going to do our gourmandist. He's going to actually, do I try and kill this chick? Ah, the gourmandist would get +1 movement potentially, which would be useful. Okay, let's risk it for the biscuit. Gourmandist. It's a 5. Okay, that's fine. 3 survival. Whew. 2 fresh acanthus as well, which will go here on this guy so that he can use his herb grinder ability, which is fantastic. The gibbering haremite's proven to be an interesting addition to the campaign. And then everyone gets 3 survival because we have cooking. So that's perfect. So we've now got 2 Screaming God Hunt events. The first one is Traces of Shelter. Nominate a survivor to gain 1 courage and investigate. So let's, what can we get from this? We can gain Squeamish. If you have 14 plus Hunt XP, no one has 14 plus, we've got 13 plus, damn. Okay, so we will do, yeah, we'll just do the chick who I don't care if she dies. 7. Yeah, roll on the hunt event table before moving on the hunt board, no problems. 75. Oh, so close. We need 73. I'm just trying to figure out, how do you get a skull from this event? Golden Ember. Brave the smoke, gain 1 courage. Each survivor gains a random disorder. They ignore this event. Each survivor gains 1 random disorder. Nominate a survivor to investigate. 1, Broken Lantern. That is just outrageous. You just need to go to Golden Ember, I think. Anyway, so 75, sorry. Oops. The event revealer archives 1 gear of their choice from their gear grid. So 1, 2, 3, skipped 4, 5. So this is the Scout. We'll archive the Bone Sickle. We'll archive the Pickaxe. Whatever. I've had to make one of those anytime. Last one. Be the one with the 8 things for the 8 insanity. Unbearable volume. Oh no, so this is the one that on a 7+ you suffer death. That's a bad one. I hate that one. Okay, so we have Song of the Brave. On a 7+, it starts with an additional Withering Momentum on top of its AI deck. Bad times. It doesn't actually give a skull, no. So Hastur rolls a 2, he's fine. Atla rolls a 2, she's fine. Eggia rolls a 5, she's fine. The chick who we don't care about if she gets deaf, she rolls a 3. And the Scout who we do care about if they get deaf is actually already deaf, so it doesn't matter. There's a 6 anyway, so it just would have been a bleeding token. And that's it. We make it to the showdown, but we have to put another one of those Withering Momentum cards on top of the deck. Where did I put those? Those are legendaries, it's not those. Withering Momentum. There it is. So that's on top of the deck. Oof! So we'll apply arrival bonuses. And then everyone's going to get 3 survival because of the first aid kit. That's nice. And then I think that's all. Yep. Hastur with his 106 insanity and 2 survival. Dreamless is actually such a punishing, Sleepless is such a punishing thing. Let's do it. Let's dance with this dancing guy. I've enjoyed the heck out of this guy's fight. I'm keen to try it at a higher level. However, we just don't have the weaponry to do so at the moment. Withering Momentum on top of the deck. So we're doing 2 of these cards. We set up 4 spaces back from him. So yeah, that's on row 15. So we can't get hit in this first. This is just a level 1, my friend. Just a level 1. We can't get hit by this thing to start us off with, so that's okay. Now what's exciting is I've got Pack Leader on my Scout. Fen, did you hear that? I have Pack Leader on my Scout who leveled it up to maximum last showdown. The Scout was speed 8, so with the -2 from the dreaded pack, was able to dash every turn, get to 12 spaces to level up Pack Leader. The best thing I've ever done in this game. All right, let's start by drawing one of these. I can turn this back a little way, can't I? Yeah, that should be good. All right, so Suspended Tetrad. So this one's going to be here. This one's going to be 3 spaces across. This one's going to be in there, and this one's going to be there. Cool, and then they move down because of Withering Momentum. So that goes to there. Here and here and here. Now I don't have any physiognomists, I don't think. Minor form. Seven, 7, 7. Okay, so that's fun. Now the Screaming God goes. Because he draws another AI because of that Withering Momentum being on top. Don't be another Withering Momentum. It's not. Farthest Threat by column. Move an attack target. This is a Frothing Bite. This camera's not set up, I don't think, but I'll try and fix that now. So that's a bad card. Perform Withering Blast. So we probably make it the Scout, but let me just confirm the rules and make sure I'm correct. So farthest threat by column. Does that also mean once you've selected the column you have to determine the farthest threat in that column? Crevice hopping. Farthest survivor. The farthest target is the most columns away. Other targets are found in the usual way. Okay, so we can. So if, for example, I was to do the Scout could move to here, which would then result in the Screaming God just attacking the Scout. And that would be not terrible, but the Scout is then going to suffer Withering Blast. So we may actually be better off doing one of the dudes with High Roller. They see me rolling my front lawn. Yes, and get too wide and nerdy. Gotta get too wide and nerdy. Yeah, parkour would be delightful. So let's do some cool shit. I'm gonna dash with the Scout. The Scout is gonna be the target, I think. No, I'm gonna make our Osteophage the target. So that's this chicken purple. Okay, ready? So the Scout's gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go to here. So the crevice hopping plan is good. Sure, yep. No, because this is the target, yep. So we'll just go to here, 6 to here. And then because of Pack Leader, we immediately get another move. Because that is just any time the Scout moves, choose another survivor to gain a move which must be spent immediately. What an unreal knowledge. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's not going to work. Yeah, so we probably just do Hastur. Is he speed 6 anyway? He's speed 5. Okay, so he's here. So do I just make him the target? Yeah, he's fine as the target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. And he gets to do that for free because the Scout moved. The best. So this is... No, I want it to be her. I want it to be her. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to move him to that position there because she's got all the evasion. Yep, and then she's going to dash as well. Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm marking these dashes. So the Scout has dashed and Eggia has dashed. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3 to here. And that's going to make sense in a second, I hope. So he's going to go down to here. Actually, I'm better off going as far forward as I can so that we don't trigger. Yep, perfect. Because we want to keep that guy as far up that end as possible. So this is a 5-speed attack. So these hit normally on a 2+, but we have 6 evasion, so that's hitting on an 8+. And we got high roller. High roller. So we'll take the 9 off their hands. 5, 1 and a 6 do nothing. We lost that movement, we lost that movement, we lost that movement, and we lost that movement. They're all bad. And we could dodge that, but let's see where it goes first of all. Goes to the boots. I'm fine losing the boots. 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. And now he's going to do a Withering Blast. So the Withering Blast is 5 damage to 1 hit location. The waste. Done. Very cool. So that's his turn. So let's do my Scout. Actually, let's do that guy because that 9 is a critical wound because we have a luck. So let's actually swing with the Forge Priest Hammer. We'll use a Surge and our base movement. So this will be the only movement we get. So we actually want to be in that spot there. Perfect. Which we had sufficient movement to do. So this is a 3-speed attack from the Forge Priest Hammer. Hitting on a 5+. Eggia was the target, yeah. She's also got High Roller, and Hastur, I didn't want, and she's got 6 evasion, so Hastur's, he's just going to get flogged, he's going to get chopped. So 6 evasion's a far better target. So rolling to hit, that's an 8, a 9 and a 3, so that's 2 hits, that's lovely. We get the Grasping Undermaw and the Ceaseless Deltoid. Okay, that's good. This one is a critical location. Drawing a... Yeah. This one is Blood Trophies and Windows tattered top it to the ground. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the 9 to automatically wound, which takes that to there. And that says, place a Divine Fragment terrain tile adjacent to the monster. That's a devastating 1, 2. Yeah, Gumblaw. We're going to Flinch Token. We'll attempt to wound this location. Oh, we have High Roller if we need it. 4 is, not High Roller, I mean the other one, thingy. So we need a 7 to wound. So it's probably worth doing a re-roll there. The reaction's cancelled either way, because we're not going to get to attack again with her. So yeah, let's use one of the Guardian re-rolls that we have on Hastur while he's on the board. And yeah, flick it in again with another. Okay, that's a 1, so that fails. So that's okay, so that goes away, and that reaction is cancelled. So he has used his dash, he has done, so he can't move anywhere else this turn. Let's use Hastur with the Dashing Reaper. He's going to attack, and that goes here. And he's going to roll with Sad Frog Dog Song to attack on 2 dice. We can attack again with Pack Leader, you're right, but I sort of want to keep that up my sleeve. Oh, I put a fragment out too. And that fragment can go here. No, up here. So this is the reason why. So I want the scout to get the fragment. Because the scout... No, it won't be the scout. It'll have to be someone else. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. You can just keep moving. How good is that? So do I try to get that with him? Yeah, I think I'll try and get that with my mate. With the guy with the daggers. Yeah, I'm going to do that. He's not going to attack this turn. He's 5 luck. I just don't want to waste his actions. So yeah, trying to get the divine fragment. That's a 5. We'll just take a 5. I roll it an 8 or something. Yeah, I get a 9. We get a movement out of it. So I'll take the movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll go into that spot there. Yeah, the having the fragments pop off is pretty great. Ooh, that's one of the 5s. That's great. Winding stomach. Okay. So now we've got a couple of bow opportunities. So the Worn Seeking Bow, we can shoot with it, and it is deadly and savage. So I think we do that. So maybe we move with the scout and we get a free move with her. That might work. When you hit with a ranged weapon, +1 progress. And we are speed 0, yep. So we can afford to do that. Yeah, so the scout's going to move. He's going to move to here, which allows her to have a free move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she's going to then shoot using her Worn Seeking Bow. She hits. So she gains a dangerous observation. And then we will erase the dangerous observation using Chosen. She is insane, so she gains a point of that there. Everyone's devout. She is actually going to roll an extra speed, isn't she? Yep. So that hits, so we'll do that. Okay, so we get to choose 2 locations to do. Fuck, I hate it when I put the trap at the bottom and then I pick one of these. So dumb. Yeah, hit me. So we want a divine fragment adjacent to the monster. We definitely want those. That's a reflex withering blast. Champion in Gorm. Oh, actually, if we move here, yeah, we failed a wound there. That's just a wound, so it's either critical. Yeah, okay. I want the Tattered Tail as one of my hit locations. The other one, failure, we don't want that. Death blow, no. Wound reaction. 2 divine fragments. Yep, that'll do fine. Yeah, that's nice, actually. That's nice. And you can also use, isn't there the health elixir as well? That lets you cancel a second one. Okay, so she crits on 5s and they're savage, I think. That's a critical anyway, so 1, 2, savage. And that one, that's a 4, so we'll use a guardian reroll on that one. Into a 2. Damn. So another fragment appears. This one we'll place here. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and be right next to her. Delightful. Now this person is a very strong chance of doing some damage. So let's dash with them. And our range is 1, 2, what's our speed on her? Or do we just actually go for a fist and tooth? reaction. I should actually have an additional strength because of my consumption of the herbs and berries at the start of the thing, in addition to eating that stupid vermin resource. When you encourage raw screen will perform other audible... Okay, that's peerless, means I should have more survival. No, that's fine. Just trying to think of the best way to do this. Fist and tooth specialization. A perfect hit... Yeah, a critical here is nice. Yeah. Okay, I think we're going to go for the critical for the fist and tooth proficiency. So Hastur hasn't got a dagger. Atla hasn't got that. We've got a club. Should have doubled my first wound attempt. And we've got a bow. Bastet's not got anything. So yeah, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are we speed 6 on her? Oh, please. No, she got -1 speed from that stupid Gourmandist thing. You idiots. So she's got a dash, and that's quite bad, actually. Yeah, so maybe we just hold off on her. We don't go for her as yet. So maybe we just go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there and call that a day. We don't need to rush this round, I don't think. We did 6 wounds or something, that's pretty good. All right, the next monster card. No, we do one of these first. So here it is. It is the major form. So let's slide everything down. So these slide down to 21. These slide down to 14. And this goes to here. And this slides down to here. And now we put 3 little ones over here. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Got to do it, mate. Sound effects, they're an important part of the game. Okay, Father's Threat by Colin. All right, so it is the chick that is next to the Divine Fragment. And, oof, it is going to do a Withering Blast again. All survivors within 2 spaces of the monster gain a -1 movement token. Pretty much hate everything about that. But if she dies, we're probably fine. So let's do it. She's actually not a bad choice. So 5 speed, hitting that chick on... Yeah, that was what I envisaged this showdown to feel like. That you had to be running towards the horizon all the time. And I think that would have been just a little bit cooler. But yeah, this does make it feel a little bit less stressful. Okay, so this is a evasion 5 attack, 5 speed. So hitting on 7s, we have a -1 accuracy token, so we ignore a hit. So 1, 3, 6, 6, and a lantern 10. So we ignore the lantern 10, no damage. Braying and frothing, the monster drenches the survivors in a spittle that instantly numbs their leg. All survivors within 2 spaces of the monster gain a -1 movement token. So she gains a -1 movement token. Yeah, it would be punishing. No doubt about that. Turn the monster to place as many survivors in the Withering Blast as possible. So it is just 1. So we're going to perform Withering Blast on her. So that is a 5 damage to her hands. No survivor has devoured. And that's it. Okay, she's going to attempt to grab that withering fragment stuff. She's a legend. She rolls a 5, so she gains the withering fragment. And that will get us a monster resource. And it gets us big antlers, Deno. Pyrotized splinters, very nice. And then I guess she just moves using a survival to dash. She does actually, did I keep that? Yeah, no, I didn't keep that knowledge. No one's been shot out yet. So let's do this survivor here. 1, 2, 3. Into the blind spot with Fist and Tooth. So this is an interesting character. So this is... This is pretty crazy. This character is turning into an animal as well. Okay, so we are +1 speed, so this is 3 dice. We're accuracy +2, so that means it goes down to 6s, plus we're in the blind spot, so it goes to 5s. And we have armored fist. So 5s, 2 hits into the blind spot. We have a spiral tongue and an impervious tattered mane. So we critical on 9s. This one says move the monster 10 spaces towards the horizon. Ooh. So this was a Fen question, and anyone else, let me see how you feel about this one. Pack leader. You have a survival opportunity in between a monster reaction and then the actual monster reaction. If you do pack leader and dash the pack leader, can the person who's making the attack then use a movement in the midst of that before the reaction? I can't see why not, because they're not spending survival. Does that sound like a correct interpretation? I think so, right? So I've just found a way to avoid this attack, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, but anyway, let's roll a 9 and see if we can do a wound. Oh, was that almost... Okay, so that's a 2. Have I got any more Guardian rerolls? And is that a wound? Yep, that is a wound. So we're going to mark that off. I'm going to do the wound, and then I'm going to use... am I worried about that? No, I'm not worried about that. Turn the monster to face the attacker, suffer a withering blast. To the body. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Absolutely fine. And then we'll try and crit this impervious hit location. Nope, that's a 5. We fail. So Fist and Tooth succeeds. Now we're going to dash away with her so we can get out of traumatized knockdown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's all good. So let's use the scout to get pack leader happening. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And we'll move out this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then he's going to dash. Okay, so scout's done. She's done. He's done. She's dashed. Scout hasn't dashed. She has, and that's all. So yep, so she's now dashing to get an attack. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I 6 speed on her? Yeah, into the blind. Delightful. Exactly what you want to see. So 3 speed with the Forge Priest's hammer. Bit of high roller would be good, but yeah, not at the moment. 2 hits. Oh, there's no reaction on that. So if we wound that, we can flinch token the fuck out of it. Yes! Anybody find me somebody to flinch? Bum 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 bum. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Each morning I get up, I die a little. Can't barely stand on my feet. That's another flinch token ready to go for the next attack, but it won't be from them. Okay, do I want to do my guy with the knives? Probably not. He's pretty cool where he is. Yeah, that'll do. So we have a last survivor to encourage. There isn't one. Farthest threat by column, as expected. The target that we wanted it to be. This is a headhunter, and there's another withering blast. Okay, sorry, before I do that, we need to do this tetrad thing. So these ones all come off. These ones slide to here, 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 here. And so the new form is, oh, dominant form. 3 in the middle, that's pretty bad. Is that right? Yeah, that's tough, isn't it? That is tough. Okay, so that happens. This clown's going to do Withering Blast again. That says farthest threat by column. Oh, that means it's all the way up the top, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, okay. Farthest threat by column. Yeah, so that's one of those two up there. Not her. Well, no, that's right, isn't it? Or is it? No, it's just the furthest away. So it does leap around. Have I been doing that wrong? Farthest threat. Yeah, okay. So it's not always just the furthest down this end, it's the furthest away. So infinity movement is going to mean the scout or our other survivor is going to be the target. So let's use the scout. This is going to have a withering blast. Do we want to be shot out of the cannon? Is that a thing that we want? Because I can have that happen. I haven't looked at that page yet. I'm not sure if I want that. Okay, the scout is going to use a dash. Let's find out. So the scout is dashing through the snow. And we'll just move out of the way. And that's going to allow us to move this guy out of the way as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy's now going to run. Roar! 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 So this has been picked up and spat out into the body. How fun. And that sounds great. So now this is a 4-speed attack. These are all headhunter attacks, which is pretty cool. And yeah, collision. So the collision damage is 4 damage to the boots on green. Perfect. And gains a devoured status card. Excellent. And then he's going to do this 4-speed attack onto our guy who is going to pick up this little cheeky lantern 10 and take that ready to slap. Those two are going to miss, and I think we've got durability delusion, don't we? No, we do, you fucking dickhead. This guy's such a dickhead. Yep, durability delusion, so that first hit is cancelled. Hey, Lord Kane, the Forged Priest Hammer does cause knockback 3, but this guy is immune to knockback and knockdown. So we can just flog the crap out of him with the hammer, doing devastating one hits. And I did the same to the gambler too, just boinked him on the face. Good question. We should check if Atla has that disorder. Yeah, she does. So she's going to suffer another 2 damage to the hands. No, that's a armored fist location. Yeah, very, very fun. Okay, so now this guy is going to perform Withering Blast. So I think Withering Blast is fine for Hastur, as long as we don't roll the waste. It's just 5 damage to 1 location. We roll the bootins. So we're ready to swing with our critical 10 on the dagger. Very, very nice. We have our flinch token ready to go. It's all perfect. And now, if a survivor has the devoured status card when they are exploded, projectile disgorge. All right, what does that do? Here it is. I've sticky taped the page, but I didn't look at it. You re-emerge after an illuminating journey backward through the Screaming God's innards. Yeah, so we could be killed. That seems less than ideal. There's a secret fighting art, terminal velocity. Okay, this guy could actually prevent that from happening and could gain the thing, couldn't he? No, there's no way to dodge that. How good. Whee! Okay, so we can be launched. Oh, so fun, so fun. All right, so we're gonna roll the dice. This is green. This is our Gourmandus, isn't it? Yeah, I probably didn't want this guy to get actually eaten, but it was fun. So this guy's doing some fun stuff. This is what it's like for the people that you eat, little guy. He rolls an 8. Yes. Gain a Lantern Imago Screaming God resource. The gagging monster sucks your interlocked bodies up until you are belched free. Archive devoured and place your model knocked down in an unoccupied space in front of the Screaming God. That's what you get for trying to shoot me. Great thing. You may consume this and gain the Illuminated Host impairment. If we consume it, we gain a +1 strength, but I don't think we will consume it, so that's all good. So that's the end of old mate's turn. So let's swing with my guy with the stolen dice, and I think this actually levels him up into the top level, doesn't it? It does. Beautiful. So he is going to swing with the Dashing Reaper, 2 speed, King in yellow, hitting on 6s, 7s. That's a Lantern 10 and a 6. Yep, so we're going to get +6 to this strength. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anything about it. There's a reflex, but we're going to do a critical anyway, so that's all fine. King of yellow, oh, it doesn't matter. We rolled it anyway, but yep, there's a Lantern 10. So I don't think we need to cancel that reaction, so I think we've still got a flinch token. Move the monster 1 space in any direction. The attacker gains 3 survival. Can I slam him into the things? No. I can't gain survival during the settlement or showdown phases. We gain a dagger wound. We level up High Roller to level 2, which means we can steal... what does it let you do? If you do, the speed of the attack, place the stolen D10. You cannot steal a stolen... What does that let you do? What's the difference for High Roller 2? I thought you got to keep 2. I'm going to look that up. High roller 2. Flinch tokens are great. Yeah, okay, it doesn't actually do anything. What's the difference? Someone explain to me what I'm missing here. High roller, you may steal a D10. You cannot steal a D10 while you have one stolen. They're literally just the same. Okay, fine. No change. No, that other one had +1 torment as well. Doesn't matter. We've still got it. We can still use it. It's great. Do I surge with him? No, we probably wait. Let's use the flinch token on the person wielding the bow, the wrought longbow. So yep, wrought longbow. Ah, right. Gotcha. Thank you, Shalana. That's fantastic. I understand now. During your attack, you may replace any single die result. Perfect. Well done. So yeah, we're going to use the wrought longbow. We hit once, which is a perfect hit, which means we gain a free movement on our next act. And we have a failure reaction. Well, that's annoying because we definitely don't fail, so we don't have to cancel that again. That's a wound. And, oh yeah, I want to move him. Sorry. Yep, so he moves. Boom. Oh, could I actually spend a survival with him, with Hastur, and try to use his dagger mastery to roll a crit and crit that location? That would be a good crit location. It would cancel the next Withering Blast. I like that plan. That's worth a survival. No, I won't. Yeah, okay, great. All right, that's interesting, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, we're fine. We won't do that. That's okay. So she's got a movement. She hasn't used her dash yet this turn. So she will use her dash. I do need to stand her up with Bastet. So that's fine. Bastet encourages, or fist bumps, doesn't matter. So she's dashed. No dash from him. We do have our stupid little chosen survivor. So let's do her. Now, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave her right where she is. I'm going to get her out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. And I think I'm going to call the turn there. I don't think we need to rush anything here. The more high rollers I get, the more effective my turn is. So the next tetrad thing is the diminished form. Oh, she will spend her dash to move, like I said she would. And this one is a 3 across there. That's good. A here and a here. Good, useful stuff, Deno. Useful stuff. Can't even see it. Okay, the farthest person by column is this guy. So let's hope we get farthest threat by column. It's another horizon draw. Well, fortunately, everyone is okay except for those two. So we will actually use Pack Leader from Bastet. She's going to dash. How good is Pack Leader in this showdown, by the way? Absolutely ridiculous. So she'll go to here. That lets this guy move. And he'll move to here. So he has not dashed, which is cool. Yeah, it is a great knowledge for this showdown, as is so often the case with monster-specific stuff. All right, let's hope we don't see another one of those. Bucking kick, threat closest to the stampede. It's this guy, yes. The monster's kick propels you. Place the target knockdown in an adjacent nearer to the nearest stampede space. That is not ideal. We'll run this guy over to here and hope that things go well with this plan. This is a 4-speed attack hitting on 8s. It hasn't gone well. So we're going to take a 9, which is good, with high roller. Oof, that's bad from Deno. Yeah. And yep. The monster's kick propels you. Place the target knockdown adjacent to the nearest stampede space. Fun. Oh yeah, I've got to take, so I can potentially dodge. I'll dodge 1, but I needed to not roll 3 hits there on 8+, but I did because of me. So we're knocked down in the closest stampede space, which is here. And it's 1 4 damage to the waist. Okay, apparently we liked being kicked in the genitals. And that's fine, and that's our turn. So we will encourage, and we're going to encourage with Atla. So she's going to gain a severe injury, which is the collapsed lung. And is that you cannot dash? No, gain a -1 movement token, gain a bleeding token. That's fine. So the -1 movement token on that guy. The scout's now going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 to here, which is going to allow this guy to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, 6 to here, sorry, because he's movement 6. And we'll then swing with the attack from Egia, which is our normal movement and our normal attack with the Forged Priest's hammer. 3 speed. 2 hits. We have a flinch token, so as long as we don't flip the trap. So we automatically crit. We'll use the crusted nostrils, which says cancel all reactions till the end of the turn. Doesn't matter anyway. Gain a flinch token. And then that's 2 devastating wounds. 1, 2. And then this one, that's a wound, so that's using the flinch token, but then we gain the flinch token back. Another 2 wounds. 1, 2. And then, like animals, we'll spend a survival to dash. No trap, no trap. We'll level up high roller to max. And we haven't suffered. Yep, all fine. Everything's great. We'll now move 1, 2, 3. Do we need to move? Are we happy there? Yeah, I reckon we're happy enough there. So we won't dash. Everyone else is just going to move. So this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hastua should be speed 6. Only 5, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, Yep. And then this trick will just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, Withering Blast will be quite bad here, so whoever is going to get dashed there will hopefully be okay. Yep, Augmented Tetrad. So next turn, we're going to flip a Dominant Tetrad. That is quite a dominant Tetrad. So this one's going to go to here, this one's going to go to here, this one's going to go to here, these two go to here, these two go to here, and then 3 on the right. Come on, Pack Leader Scout, you got to lift your game. And 1 here. Okay, as long as this doesn't say do the thing again, we're probably okay. It doesn't say do the thing again. Farthest threat by column. Okay, it's the Scout, and then there's going to be a Withering Blast. So we could also make it the dude with lots of armor. Yeah, so how do we go about this in the most efficient way? So we're going to dash with the Scout. Speed 8. Goes down to 6. So she goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to move Hastua 1, 2, 3 to there. So the blast is only going to get 1 person. And that's fine. So the Screaming God then goes here. Swings on that guy. So this is a 5-speed attack hitting on 3s-ish. 4s-ish maybe. So hit. Sorry, miss. Hit, hit, hit. We don't have any stuff, no. Yeah, you need to be launched 10 spaces with no one in the blast zone to get the secret fighting art, which is cool. Let's see what we get for these. So we have a body, a boots, a hands, and a head. So we're happy with the boots. This is a 4-speed, 4 damage, 1, 2, 3, 4. The head we're happy with, 1, 2, 3, 4. The arms we're happy with, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll dodge the body. So that's fine. Now the Withering Blast is going to trigger, and it's going to hit her in the hands. That is a 5 damage. So we're going to suffer a severe injury roll to the hands. Now, fortunately, we have +2 to this roll. So we actually can't die to this roll. The only way this person can die on a severe injury roll is on a head hit. So we roll a 3, which is 2 bleeding tokens. Now that is gain a severe injury, gain a progress. Pretty interesting. We are knocked down from that point. And that is the end of the Screaming God's turn. So we might do the Gusk Knife guy, the Dashing Reaper. He's in position, he'll make an attack. Hits once and gains +4 strength to this. We have this, yeah, I did the bleed, didn't I? Yeah, I did 2 bleed from the thing. Did that attack do bleed? No? Explosion zone? No? No bleed? There's a wound reaction. Move the monster 10 spaces towards the horizon. Okay. Well, we'll just critical that and it won't be a problem, but it doesn't matter anyway because we just cancel the reaction. We've got no... Sure, yeah. Another 2 will kill it. I don't think we've got a reroll left, have we? Let's check who's got Guardian. So no Guardian. No Guardian. Has not got Guardian. Has not got Guardian. Damn, alright. So Hastur's let us down here. We've still got 1 Guardian reroll, but he can't reroll it on himself, can he? After a survivor in your field of view makes a roll. Is he in his own field of view? Can anyone answer that? If he is, he's going to crit. I don't think he can. Okay, he'll then move. It's a bad spot for him to be in. We really want to get this sorted out this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. He has not dashed yet, so let's do that. So she'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She did not dash, so we'll make that a dash on her. So dash, and then Hastur is going to move using the pack leader move, which we're about to do now. So Scout will move to here. We'll actually move this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What a shame we don't get close enough. So he'll just dash to there. So yeah, we'll shoot now with the green chick. So yeah, Scout's done. Hastur's done. Hastur's down to 0 survival. Atla is about to shoot the bow. We'll spend a survival to do a surge. No, we won't spend a survival. We'll just do a normal act. 3 speed on the... Oh, she's actually got a free move from her act. So we can actually still do a double shot here. We'll do a double shot, I think. Perfect hit, so we're going to re-roll. It's another attack. So 2 hits. Super dense. First strike. The monster races. Move the monster towards the attacker. If it ends adjacent, they suffer bash and knockback 8. We can cancel that reaction, so we will. We do a wound. And then this one has a reflex as well. Move the monster in a straight line until it reaches the stampede, aboard edge, or monster impassable terrain. Okay, that's fine. The monster gains a flinch token, archive the terrain. So that's a wound, but this reaction is going to trigger. So this is an interesting reaction. I haven't seen this one before. Super dense. Reflex. Move the monster forward in a straight line until it reaches the stampede, aboard edge, or monster impassable terrain. If the Screaming God ends its thing adjacent, so he's just going to move forward 1 space to here. He's going to eat up Hastur, which will be fine. Hits him on the waist for 5 damage. No, 4 damage, collision. Nom. Yep. So he's devoured, and now survives within 4 spaces of this terrain, which is no one, suffer a severe injury. So that's good. That would have been bad. The flinch token is gone now, but that says archive the terrain and the monster gains a flinch token. So there is 4 wounds remaining. So we're going to dash with the Forge Priest and get into position to swing with the hammer. And maybe we do it in 1 fell swoop. There is a flinch token. Very good. 3 hits with the Forge Priest's hammer. I don't think we've seen the death blow yet. I also know we haven't seen the trap yet. So this is a interesting situation. No trap. No trap. No trap, that's a first strike. We can ignore that with a reflex. Okay, so we'll attempt to wound this one using the Forge Priest Hammer. 5, I think, was actually just short, wasn't it? We need 6s, yep, so that's no good. But we cancel that reflex. Done. We'll attempt to wound this one. That is a 1, so that is a fail. Wants to move the monster. Hang on, so which one do we want to do? Reflex, Withering Blast, or failure? Yeah, we want to do the Reflex, Withering Blast. So, we're going to suffer 5 damage to a random hit location. Don't do the waste, it's the Bode. And then this one is another failure. Okay, move the monster, if it ends adjacent, it smashes down, you may spend 4 survival. I will spend 4 survival to not suffer a severe injury. Yeah, that's punishing for us. We didn't like that. We didn't like that at all. Let's do our chick with the... yeah, I'm fine with this. This is a silly move. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Yeah, so dash, and then she'll shoot with her bow. So the Worn Seeking Bow. We've done a wound. We hit... she's actually 2 speed now, isn't she? Yep. So we hit twice. Trap. No. No traps again. We didn't get a single wound from the thing. These crit on like 5s or 4s or something. That's a 7, so that's a critical. It's Savage, so that's 2 wounds. Worn Seeking Bow. Oh, we actually get to choose which hit locations we go for here. The Death Blow and the Trap are the next ones on top. Yeah, spend that 4 survival to protect against future foot peril. It's well worth it, in my opinion. Yep, so we're placing a Divine Fragment and we gain a move which may be spent immediately. And that means that Gusk Knives guy gets spat out in the blind spot. We'll put that Divine Fragment here. Do you need to go for a walk, Cindy Lou? And this one is not a critical, but we'll spend a Guardian reroll into a 7, which is a critical. Place a Divine Fragment. Actually, we just did this way. Cancel all reactions until the end of the attack. Doesn't matter. The guy's got no wounds left. He's got 1 wound left. And there's 2 Divine Fragments right there that I can't grab. So his basic action is in a target who? Yes, we can. The farthest threat by column. And it's going to do knockback 8. She's got a move that she can use immediately. And she's got a surge. So she'll... it's actually going to have to go like here. So she'll actually go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. And that's all good. All right, I think we're going to be fine. Probably. The trap's almost certainly going to trigger. So it looks like Cindy wants to go outside, so I'll just send her outside. Are you good, Cindy? You fine? All right. No flinch tokens there was a bit annoying. There's one trap. There's one chance for the trap. Okay, so the furthest threat is one of these 2. And I'm gonna go for the dude with the 8 evasion. So this is going to be a 5 speed attack. Hang on a second, we've got to do the tetrad thing. Let's do that. Whoa, that's a bad one. So these go away. These slide down. This goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this goes to here, which knocks her down. She goes there. These go to here. That's why I did that, by the way. Genius, right? Absolute genius. And then this is four in a row. Get around that. That's a fun one. Trap. So she's going to suffer damage to the body. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then does she have that thing? Yep, so she's going to suffer another 2 damage to the body from Distichophobia. And that's done. Okay, so now it's the monster's turn. So let's do, yeah, so he's going to turn. I'm going to dash with the scout. We're going for it. So the scout dashes, and that's going to allow me to move. And all I want to do is get rid of the risk to him. So he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's out of the Withering Blast. Oh, there isn't a Withering Blast. There's just a knockback 8. So I want him to be in position here to take that, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's going to suffer collision into that, which will knock him down. Totally fine. The trap's causing real problems for me at the moment. I sort of need this chick to be the one to do the wound, but I can't do it. Who just gets eaten? So this is to hit the person with 8 to hit. So that's 2 8s. We will grab one with High Roller, and we will dodge the other one. Have we got Durability Delusion? No. So no knockback 8. So that's it. So that's his basic action done. So now I want to pick this up. So I'm going to spend a survival with Atla to encourage. Risk of all risks. We get a 4th bleeding token, another collapsed lung, but we have 1 more severe injury. And then she'll move to here. We can then do a collection there. So that's a 6, so she gains that, which is very nice. And that is a monster resource. And if she spends a survival, she can actually double tap this. Farthest threat by column. It does, of course. It does. It targets her. What an idiot. She got knocked down there. Okay, well, I'll have to figure this. Oh, no, it's threat. She's knocked down. It's farthest threat by column. So she's not a threat. So that's fine. So everything's good. Everything's as normal. So she's got the eroded hide. And so now she's probably the right person to use the Worn Seeking Bow, but she's only critting on 9s there, which is just not worth it. So we probably go for the Dashing Reaper and hope for the best. I think so. So she will get a pack leader move from the scout moving to here to move her down to here, and then she'll spend her other survival to do the other one. And hope we can jank it as well. It's a 6 as well, gain another monster resource. Love these divine fragments. Pyracetized splinters. And now we just hope that we don't flip the trap on this one attack that we're going to have. This guy's just going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. So yeah, one attack with the Dashing Reaper. So it's hitting on 8s normally. Yeah, I do have that, but the death blow doesn't have a critical location, and that weapon is strength 4. So unless I can do that after another wound, it only gets, so yeah, this weapon only gets, when another survivor wounds, it gains savage and deadly 3. So we get to crit on 5s, but the death blow doesn't have a crit location anyway. So that weapon is strength 4, so she's like rolling a 10. She's got to land a 10. So someone else is better for that. Yeah, that bow is not ideal for her. She should be using one that does extra damage. So we're not using her. So we need to do 1 hit, hopefully, to do 1 wound. And this guy, Hastur, has only 1 accuracy, and the Dashing Reaper hits on an 8+. So on the odds, 6+, I'm in the blind spot. We should get 1 hit. The other one should miss, which will give us Sad Frog Dog Song bonuses. So we'll probably do this wound. And if it's the death blow, if we hit twice, we need to have bottom decked the trap. Is basically all we can do. So we roll a 5 and a lantern 10. So that is the perfect result. So we're a 1 in 3 of this being the death blow. We're a 1 in 3 of this being the trap. And we're a 1 in 3 of this being irrelevant. It's not the death blow, Deno, you fucking idiot. Hastur, what are you doing to me? He does a wound. He's got 1,000,000 damage on that. Fucking idiot. Oh well. Did I bottom deck the trap? Yeah, okay. We didn't do it. That's okay. The death blow was bottom decked. Damn, what a dumb guy I am sometimes, eh? Anyway, let's do some free scavenger kit resources before we do this fun thing. I would have loved the death blow there. So the free scavenger kit is some ungulate digits. Anyone want to guess what I'm taking for my royal scalpel? The Grandsire Antler. The death blow does actually do cool stuff. It gives you all survivors gain 2 understanding, 1 permanent movement, and a weapon proficiency level. It doesn't matter about anything else. It's the weapon proficiency level and the +1 permanent movement that I want for everyone. That's legit. Get that into you. Okay, the Grandsire Antler. So I actually desperately need a tempered hooves, don't I? Yeah, we need a tempered hooves. So our distance is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're 12 plus 5 is 17. All right, Deno. Need to get a tempered hooves, otherwise we can't make a weapon. That's a 1, so we're down to 16. Yeah, 15, 14. 9. 8. 3. I shall stop there. Just for fun though, what would it have been? Oh, could have done it. We will accept our gracious rewards. Fun, fun, fun. Looking forward to the weekend. So everyone got their proficiency points. That's nice. Fist and tooth, yes. Club, yes. Bow, yes. Bastet didn't, but Bastet doesn't need it. So we'll complete the showdown. We're going to have champion pondering. We're going to have Maroism pondering twice. And that's nice. No collective cognition, don't care. Timeline event, Pariah inverted level 3. And we also get 5 basic resources, which I'll do as well. No one died. I was tempted to run my champion into the stampede there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And by the way, Bone Eaters breaks the fuck out of Screaming God. That Grandsire Antler, being able to tap that before that thing, so good. Settlement event. Sears bow is actually pretty good, but it's only strength 4. It doesn't feel great against some of the late game monsters with some of the stuff you do. 7, and this one is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have a plague. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or bong, ring my bell, ring my bell. Gong. I sort of want to try and kill my champion with plague. Is that a crazy thing to do? We have an omen there from the It Rang. Now we'll do It Rang. So who's going to ring the bell? I don't think it matters, so we'll just roll, pretend that Hastur is ringing the bell. We'll roll as a yellow. It's a 6. An impulsive survivor, without a word of discussion, their weapon dangling from a limp hand. They hang their head in shame and set off into the darkness. Suffer -1 population. Oh goodness me, could it be my champion? Could it be? It is. See you, Galp. You managed to get us the pattern before you left, which is great. So you're dead. That saves me a lot of hassle. Well done. It doesn't say do not gain the benefits of your death principle, so have a monster organ. I definitely think the Bone Eaters is a bit of a thing. What am I looking for now? I'm looking for the Marrowism book to do my Marrowism level ups. That's fine. I think I was going to get Shrine this turn. I was going to kill her anyway, so not Shrine Sacrifice. Okay, so this legend, Bastet, our pack leader, what an absolute unit, has leveled up to Marrowism rank 4. The best around. Guess what model I'm going to use for her? I'm going to use that chick carrying the screaming antelope on her shoulder. You are huge. Your steps are heavy. You sleep standing up. When you wake, your mind is a fog of confusion troubled by meaningless concerns from your former life. Your systemic pressure is always 0. Gain 1 strength. To represent you, use a Bone Eater miniature instead of a Survivor miniature. The best. The best. Speed 8. You cannot wear any armor except for head armor with the bone keyword. If we roll a 1 here, we can gain +2 movement and we'll become movement 10, which would be an all-time record for me. I don't think I've ever gotten anyone to movement 10. So that would be fun. Let's roll the pink dice. What else do we get? Oh, Marrow Monarch's fun. We can nominate 4 survivors to gain Marrow Hunger. Oh, and this 9-10 is awesome as well. You ignore slow, cumbersome, and 2-handed keyword on your gear. So good. All right. It's a 9. We ignore slow and cumbersome and the 2-handed keyword. But Marrow Monarch's really good too. If I remember rightly, that's one that lets you give other Marrowists +1 stuff. Let's go have a look at Marrowism. Is Marrowism not the best thing in the game? Alright, so Marrow Monarch. Marrowists gain Cutthroat. On a perfect hit, gain a surge after your attack ends, which may be immediately. All Marrowists gain Cutthroat when that guy's on the board. Fuck, that's so sick. You just take a whole party of Marrowists going out there, woo, stabbing the fuck out of guys. Okay, I ignore slow and cumbersome and the 2-handed keyword. That is correct, we can. That is just glorious. Alright, so Bastet, possibly best survivor ever. Who's our other Marrowist? Eggia. She's been good too. She's got high roller. That's so fun. Alright, so she goes to rank 2. She's going to eat a bone. She has to, so we'll just eat one of these bones. Not my tempered hooves. I think I've got a bone here. Yep, we'll just eat that bone. And yeah, don't roll a 1 because you suffer the broken rib, but we gain a free monster bone anyway from that. So let's see what we roll. That's a 5, so we gain +1 strength, which is that one. And she's got stone skin. Fuck yeah. The best thing ever. Okay, so I'll do my resources right now. This is going to be amazing. Let's just do the strange because we got 2 fresh acanthus and we got 4 iron. And then we've got our basics. What are those 2? Yep, got them. We also picked up a monster hide on the hunt. Very nice. So hide, organ, skull, that'll be for our innovate, hide, organ. And then the Screaming God ones. We have the calcified cataract. We have a patchy hide. We have an ancient beacon. What does that do? It's an iron. Tempered hooves. I think that's what we needed for the thing. Patchy hide. The grand sight antler. Some more ungulate digits. Some more pyracetized splinters. Some more eroded hide. The lantern imago, the pyracetized splinters, and a winding stomach. Can we craft the thing that we want to craft? Please, goodness me. We can! Done. We have the alpha set, and we can craft some alpha weapons too. Ooh-wee. So I think this sledge is pretty interesting. And so that's 3 of those required and 2 iron, that's fine. The claymore we can throw on our Marrowist that can ignore slow. Fine, seems fine. What does that require? Yeah, okay, that requires 4 iron and 2 perfect hide. I already have, mate. It's already painted. Survivor from death. Survivors of death's done. Alright, let's do our innovate and see what we get here. Sculpture will probably be the one. Or Holy Sacrifice. Departing survivors gain a +1 strength token and reroll. Now we'll go sculpture. So we can make some stuff. Let's just put pottery in the deck. Look at our deck. We have not seen Symposium since that one time that we said no. No, we don't want Symposium. Sacrifice is pretty good, but I will not be taking Sacrifice now that chick died. I would have taken Sacrifice if she was not dead, because I didn't want to have to do her stuff. Sculpture. So we can put something on the statue now. What did we get here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Desperate Strike's pretty good for $2. Pretty good for $2. Get a perfect hit. Alright, so I reckon Hastur, we're keeping him for the final showdown. It's the final showdown. Ba-da-da-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba. The final showdown. Bastet doesn't want to go out anymore unless we hunt level 1. She is the greatest alive. Same for Bastet, so we'll keep her off the grid. Save her for a proper showdown. So Persephone with Impermanism, she looks like a pretty good person actually. So we're going against the am I going to have time to do that tonight? Maybe. I don't know if I need to rush it actually. I can just do that tomorrow night. So Persephone's already got max Impermanism. She's not got level sword. Yeah, it took Sculpture. Yep. So Atla looks great. I think we'll send her out. Oh, by the way, if I get an intracranial hemorrhage on her, we max up Stoneheart to max. Or I just don't be risky and do it at the start of the next showdown, and then we gain Stoneheart max leveled up, which is awesome. All right. Oh, what's that? Oh, does it? Okay. Taxidermy is a consequence. Sculpture consequence. Cool, I didn't know that. Departing survivors gain +1 survival, and we get a thing called Trophy Wall. Alright. Did Scribe Guy add that automatically? He didn't. That's a shame. I'll let him know that taxidermy is not triggered automatically under... Yeah, here it is, taxidermy. There it is. So that's the art of cutting up animals and stuffing them. Fun for the whole family, really. And it looks like that's what you're going to do, is stuff a gorm and hang it on your wall. Cool. I'm down with that. So Atla's going out on the hunt. She's pretty great. She's turning into pretty great, actually. Urzi has to go out on this one. This is our last fight against this idiot. Egia is another Marrowist. I like that. Cool. I look forward to Trophy Wall. Merkel is a Marrowist scout also. Who else have we got down here? Argiafa, who has Facism. Could be fine. Greep, the Gatherer. Alright, so Greep's probably our next scout. I don't think I did his roll on Marrowism, so let's do his roll on level 1. Rolls a 7, which is the next time you depart, add 1 to all hit locations and gain a strength. Delightful. So he's our scout. And we'll probably put something else on him. But yep, that seems good. Oh my god, you know what I just realised? No armor in your gear grid, so we get 3 evasion for her. Oh. Marrowism scouts are busted, but Marrowism Red Witch scouts are even more busted. Just ridiculous. Okay, so this is one I've been excited about. So I've got the thing out ready in preparation, hoping that I would get it, the Alpha Gambison. So that's going to go in this slot here, replacing the Screaming Skirt. Perfect. And that locks all of those into place. What it does mean though is I don't need to use this anymore to trigger the 2 blues. I definitely wasn't doing a free movement at the start of his act, which would have probably saved me a survival twice. So when you spend a dash, roll 1d10 on a result of an 8+, gain a survival. When you encourage, all hearing survivors gain 2 insanity. Very, very nice. Very nice. So that's a clear Monster Tooth necklace. Dashing Reaper, so we can possibly give that somewhere else now, depending on what these other weapons look like and if they fit better. What did I need to make a lantern sword, by the way? Because I can make the perfect lantern sword thing, can't I? From the gaming gazebo. So that is, yeah, that's nice. So we need 2 iron and a lantern sword. A lantern sword is, yeah, I think that's a good decision, certainly, from taste. So lantern sword, bone, 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 iron, hide, hide, hide. I don't like these. Aren't pyracetized splinters also bone or iron, or are they scrap? They're also iron. That's outrageous. Okay, so I don't think we'll do the sword just yet. But I do want to make that sword because that's a pretty good sword. Sharp, strength 7 is a good baseline. That's 18 damage plus your strength on average, so that's nice. Plus you got a left blue, so you can trigger thing. Yeah, I'm in complete agreement with you. The King Gear, you know, it's nice to play with a couple of times, but then you just feel stupid. The thing that's the dumbest part is the Greaves, just being able to surge and knock a monster down. Fucking stupid. Cancel their card. Just dumb. Okay, let's look at these. So I'll turn this on. How exciting. Alright, so we can craft a Vandal Broad Axe. Now that is multiple blues. And it says, if you move 6 spaces during your act, this gains Deadly until the end of your act. Deadly 3 with a base strength 8 and Savage is pretty nice. Pretty nice. Don't hate that at all. Now that requires 1 iron and those 2 things. So that's very cheap for what it is. The Claymore I don't think we can make. Hey Militides. The Sledge is the other one I think is relatively cheap. I have seen the set bonus, yes. Have you seen it? I can show it. It's fucking wild. So this one looks great. The Vandal Sledge. So let's have a look at that. So that one's definitely also probably getting made. Now, its only downside is it is a red down. Red downs are not very common. Okay, it's a good sledge. The Pike is a spear. We have Spear Mastery in the Settlement. And that's a good spear. Again, sharp, strength 7, just innately good. Up green, so it pairs with some stuff. And what does that require? That's a lot. 2 iron, 3 hide, ungulate digits, and patchy hide. So the sledge is not slow. It's heroic, it's reach 2, and it's surpass 5, and you get +5 strength if you move 6 spaces during your act. That seems really useful. So that's effectively strength 14. So I think I'm going to make that. We've got Club Mastery, so that helps. And that's only 2 iron and no other iron resources. So that takes the Pike offline. I actually used 3 patchy hide last turn to make leather. I'm not going to do that last thing because I didn't think about that. So I'm just going to do a little dodgy retcon. Couple of patchy hide back. Couple of leather down. Done. So yeah, we can still make that one. What's our iron situation? We still have 5 iron. So that's nice. So the second one, the spear definitely seems like the right choice, right? Because we've got spear mastery. Is there a better spear that we could be using other than this? Sharp spear is so good. Okay, let's go look at the wrought ironworks. Yeah, so we can't make the sledge unless we made leather, which we could. We've got some hide. But we don't need that. That's 3 perfect resources. I'm not sure I want to use those as yet. And the twin spear. So that requires just 2 leather and only 1 iron. Is this better? Paired, sharp, precision 1, perfection 1. So precision is that automatically critical your first hit location if you do a perfect hit? I think precision, kingdom, death. On a perfect hit, inflict an automatic critical wound to the first X hit locations. So the wrought twin spear could be really good. But then we need to risk a sponge iron roll. And we need to give up an iron. So if we make that, that's a cost of 2 iron and 2 bone. And I actually am running quite short on bone. Yeah, 2 of these bone are iron, 1 of these bone is iron. G'day, Samari. This is a game of Kingdom Death. And we're just crafting some gear for our survivors to take out. Okay, let's go for the spear here. Iron, iron, hide, red thread, bone, hide. Done. We can still craft the broad axe. I was hoping we'd be able to do that. Okay, let's do that. That's 3 weapons. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. Everybody play the game. The beacon, what is it actually used for? The Godspeed lantern. You may dash without spending survival while you have no survival. You cannot gain -1 movement tokens. Yeah. It's pretty good, but it's better in a Kingsman settlement. So, let's think about... So who are we taking out? We're taking out Atla. She's fist and tooth and she can use anything other than that. Urzi is a sword survivor. So do we have a better sword right now than the Sword of Silence? I forget what toughness level 3 pariah is. Is he 18? Is he 18? What toughness are you, buddy? Inverted pariah. 17. Okay, you're in some trouble, guy. So the Sword of Silence is good enough for that. How far off are we on this? Yeah, we've got no iron. I don't hate Kingsman. I think he's fine. It's supposed to be a punishment. The Nemesis is supposed to be a punishment. They're not supposed to be good for you. And if we shatter that sword, then that's okay. So she'll go out in leather, will she? Yeah, I do think it's actually fine. So let's just pretend this is her at the moment. Sword of Silence. Yep. Okay, so that's fine. So she's going to be rocking strength 9 plus sharp. So she's winning on an 8. So that's probably about 60-70% wound rate, which I'm okay with. She has Quadradept. Oh no, plus 2 strength with Shatterstar. So she's going to be even more. Yep. Okay. I would too. I'd probably prefer Kingsman over Atlas. Maybe just fractionally. Atlas is a stupid fight, but he does have some fun stuff. Okay, so this club. So who are we going to put in the alpha set? So the club, this should definitely go somewhere else. We should put this club here. That doesn't need a red down. So we just go like that, and that's fine. It's done. So club sharp on the Vandal Sledge. I don't want to take the Royal Scalpel just in case something happens with it. So we'll just slam a Bone Club in there just in case instead. So that's Club Guy done. So this is Eggia. So this will be a Lantern Club. Save. Boom, boom. So we're going to effectively net off 1 there. We're getting 2 strength from the clubs. We're netting off the movement. Perfect. And that is the Vandal Sledge. Red down's a bit of a weird one there. Don't know what that works with. Two luck. We might be better off with a luck charm there instead of the dried acanthus, because we are already 2 luck on Eggia. Something to think about. Forge Priest Hammer, we don't want that to get destroyed, so we'll tap that off. This gear grid is so dynamic. We don't need a grapple claw because we're not going on a hunt, so we don't need to whip it good. So let's put the Sanctified Rosary down here, and that'll give us a +2 armor on this set, which has felt a little light on armor. I have, of course, got a friggin' leather shield that I haven't used more than once, which is dumb of me. And does anyone remember the Survivor that I used? You're welcome. I'm sure we'll have a fun time. Does anyone remember the Survivor that I gave Preacher's gear to? I don't remember. That would be a dumb move for me to give it to an Impermanist. Did I give it to Persephone? Shit, that's dumb. That's so dumb from me. Yeah, I think you're spot on. Well, let's send her out. let's give her some stuff. Okay, I don't know if Pariah's got much happening with this situation, but this gear grid is sick. Look at that. So we probably keep Grease there. That's a cool gear grid. So that can be a shield, which is fine. That is a sick gear grid as well. Okay, so I think Atla goes to the alpha set. So let's look at this bad boy. So that's this set's best selection. Now if I was to go for these two, then that would give this person +2 luck for their fist and tooth. That's fine. And then do we use the dagger? Do we just use the dagger? +2 strength, +2 luck. Start of your act, gain an extra move. 9 armor on all hit locations. Yeah, do you want to see what it does? Pretty fun. Here it is. That's black and red armor, dipshit. There it is. Infinite sprint. Move in a straight line until you reach an occupied space or board edge. Your movement is infinite. Then activate a melee weapon with all of the benefits. Devastating 1 if you move 18 spaces, +5 strength if you move 12. Ridiculous. So cool. That's such a cool set. And it's the Kingdom of Death is a game of positioning. It is literally, which is why this showdown is one of my favourites, because this is very thought-provoking in how you position your survivors. It's very, very interesting. Okay, this set, the Vandal Broadaxe, that is interesting. How do we make this work? Classic bandages. I don't really have a reason to have an axe at the moment, but it's just a good weapon. So maybe, do I put that over here? That's my weapon on that section. And then I can keep the Dashing Reaper over here. Do we like that plan? Okay. This is fun. What about we do a little Bobby Dazzler that looks like this? I want pottery really badly now. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 greens. That's cool. So green charm would fit in nicely there. Yeah. I actually think I want the wrought longbow more than I want the seeking bow. So that's fine. Yeah, green charm is undeathable. 6+, you don't die. That's cool. But what about this Vandal Broadaxe? What about this bad boy? If you move 6 spaces during your act, this gains Deadly 3 until the end of your act. We have 3 blues. We're triggering the rosary. We're triggering that. We're triggering that. But then you get to this point and you go, well, do I want grease or do I want a luck charm? Because then we want to have deadly 5 or 6. We know the scout's all sorted. The scout's probably going to we'll use some different stuff there. Maybe we'll give the scout one of these, this spear. And a dried acanthus. Yeah, that's good. Everything's good so far. Wrought longbow. So I'm not changing the clubs. We still need a weapon there. This one we could go a left red, which could be a monster tooth necklace, but that won't get 2 reds, so we won't get much value out of that. And this is Archive of Fresh Acanthus to gain a free movement. It's not that useful. We don't need to trigger that really, I don't think. So given that's the case, maybe we're putting a different weapon here. That would be cool if the scout could do stuff with nemesises. So probably the wrought longbow is going here on this guy. And we'll follow that up with a monster grease. Already got it. Lucky charm. Probably don't. There's not. But there's some cool stuff they can do. Well, isn't there... I'm getting a bit tired, friends, so I'm just going to stop gibbering. So what do we want this person... Yeah, they're using the lantern club. They're going to have so much armor. And we'll just put that. I'm gibbering. I've done 22 lantern years of Kingdom Death in the last week and a half. I think I'm entitled to just be a little tired. Just a smidgen. Just a wee morsel of tiredness. So we'll put the Vandal Pike on here. And there's literally no value in having the pickaxe. So that can maybe just bandages for bleeding, I guess. Fine. Just in case. Yep, so that's great. Scout's done. Osteophage continues to be fucking stunning. That's that guy in purple, and that is all about clubs. Because you know I'm all about that club, no treble. We do need a cool club guy, but I guess we can just use the Forge Priest for that. No, let's use this guy, he looks sick. So we're not using the Forge Priest thing. There we go. So this will be a black and red survivor, so we'll have them be in red. So I've got to decide about this Vandal Axe situation. I definitely think I should take it because it's a very strong weapon. But is this the right spot for it, or is this a better spot for the longbow? And then... And this is a good weapon. We should definitely take this somewhere. So it probably makes sense for this to go here. That's got Savage, so that ties in well with that set. So who was that person using that? Atla. Yeah, using that. So that's great. 26 insanity. 17, 17, 18, 0. Okay, so that's perfect. So this set is for a Marrowist, and I'm not taking a Marrowist, I'm actually taking Urzi. So unless we piss off Persephone, and put the Sword of Silence in here. We need some backup weapons for her. That's the go. All right, let's do this. So we'll do this, and then we'll take 2 weapons over here. So we're definitely not going to archive the bone-seeking bow. One of those weapons will be the Sword of Silence, and then one of them will be a bone blade. That's my plan, but that plan will stop if I have not painted her. And that's, I did all of the gap filling today, so I'll be priming her tomorrow. And hopefully that's good. All right, so Urzi's fine. So yeah, if I've got another Marrowist, I'd probably take them instead of thingy. So who have I got that I could take that's a Marrowist as well? Ideally, one of my chicks. Well, actually, I let Mossy pick the head. And I like the pick that she made. So this is Merkel. Merkel could be an option because we can depart with bows. And we could, yeah, all of these are fine. And she's got natural healer, which is nice. Mossy picked the veiled head. I'm okay with the choice. I think I was leaning towards the veiled head myself. I like the veiled head. See you, John. I like the veiled head because it looks scarier. Oh, she's got the deprivation skin suit. All right, we're not taking Merkel. Sangridia's got the Queen. We haven't given her a thing. Orgifa. Greep's got Marrowism. All right, let's give Imd. Yep, Chow. Let's spend 4 Lumi to give her Marrowism. Why not? She can go out. She's got the bow. That seems good. And then we get to give her the wrought longbow. We get to travel up with bows. Perfect. All right. So that we have to spend some Lumi on that. We'll use Lucy's Lumi because I think she's got quite a lot. She got 4. The part of my problem with that head, you're right, it is Megan-esque. It's so disproportionate to all of the other models. You know, even the other models that are that big, their head's not that big. So that the head just felt large, and I think that's a byproduct of them upscaling the size of it. You remember it was a bit smaller, and then they made it bigger. So I think, yeah, that's why I feel that way about it. I don't love it. What are we rolling for our Marrowist? A 1. Gain 1 strength and 10 insanity and a random disorder. Okay, Imd. Random disorder. Binge eating. No problems with that. 10 insanity. No problems with that. And 1 strength. Pretty good. So she's going to rock this Osteophage Leyline Marrowist set. It's good. It's good. So we're going to ditch Persephone. She's not coming. Atla, Urza, Eggia, Imd, and Greep. It's all the Red Witch girls. It's all the girls. Get around them. She can be teal. Okay, so that gear grid we've changed up a bit. We're sliding this across, this across, this across, and then we're putting a round leather shield. So yep, I like this a lot. That's the wrought longbow. Yep, this is working for me a lot. So we get 5 evasion, do we get a luck from this? We don't get a luck. We get 2 survival and departure from the Dry Acanthus, which is awesome. We don't need a grapple claw. We don't have a sanctified rosary. So where am I putting the Vandal Axe? if anywhere. Triacanthus. Yeah, that's perfect. That's so fun. That's like 6 to all. You're like, what? Hang on a second. What does it say? Are you not allowed to have shields in your gear grid? Marrowism, osteophage. When you depart with no armor and no shield, okay, we can't take the shield. That's fine. Yeah, bandages on the scout. We don't need it. We've got all that anyway. So do we put the shield on? Can't really afford it anywhere else, so we'll just leave that off. So the Vandal Broadaxe, we just put a Luck Charm there. And blue. One more blue. Left facing blue is a fucking the poo paste, whatever that's called. Got that. Worn Seeking Bow. We could just go Grapple Claw there, I suppose. That's pretty fine. Fecal Salve, yeah. Poo paste. Alright. I think we've got our grids. So, Bandages, Scout, Lantern, Triacanthus, Vandal, Pike on the Scout. So the Scout can have a dip pretty good. Oh yeah, because we've got Scramble to Survive, don't we? Yes. Immed, so we'll put this as a Lucky Charm. We've got a Grapple Claw. The Grapple Claw has been in play since Lantern Year 1 and has been absolutely glorious. And this is the Vandal Broadaxe. So that's a pretty cool grid. No, we gain a luck. 2 survival, no departure bonuses. Great. So we're going to probably roll with the wrought longbow as our primary weapon there because Imd has bow proficiency and has the bow, I should say. So she will gain +1 accuracy with bows. So I might actually put that into her gear grid and I'll just call that Imd. Perfect. So that's better. And she's got a lot of evasion too. Really, really good grid. Whips have always been quite an interesting design. But yeah, it's cool to see some interesting ones coming out. A good old-fashioned lantern club, hey? With a Vandal Sledge. That's delightful. And that works in here with High Roller and Club Spec. So how far are we off Mastery for you? Oof, pretty close. Pretty good. Urzi's going to rock this black and red set with the Sword of Silence. And that's a Sanctified Rosary. That's fun. And that's just a dirty bone blade for us to break if we need, and then the Sword of Silence, and if we break that now, you feel like you've done all right. I know you feel the same way, Fen, but just everything that's come out recently from a design perspective has been phenomenal. you know, maybe there's some business decisions that are maybe less I'm in agreement with, but yeah, from a design perspective, they smash it. You had the rawhide whip, which was in the thing, and then you had the ring whip, which was in the weapon crafter, or the chainmail, or the blacksmith. So there's 2 whips in the base game. Yeah, and there's a silk whip that came out in thingy. Frozcrafter has that one. There's a few good whips now. All we need is thrown weapons, eh, Fen? As someone who played War Machine for a very long time, Warhammer for a very long time, I just don't think there is a way to avoid power creep. Like, you can't keep doing things that exist in the same power level. But what the challenge is having the monsters escalate at the same time. You have, Cindy, we're about to depart. So, and if you do that, then you can still be okay. All right, so we've got a red scout. We've got Urzi in white. So there's Urz. That is Eggia. Eggia's actually a woman with the friggin' Vandal Sledge. We need a female club. Hastur is making it to the final showdown, so Cindy, you can be proud of your performance there. Hastur has become an absolute superstar. Green is Atla. So yeah, what's she rocking? She's doing this alpha set. That's fucking fun set, man. No, Lucy will die anyway. Lucy's the highest hunt XP. And Hastur will be the one to kill her. Teal. Okay, so Urzi, her, perfect. Eggia, perfect. Imd, perfect. Greep, perfect. Perfect. So all we need to do now is spend the shit ton of endeavours we've got left over, which I think probably just goes on face painting, shrine. It is very fitting, isn't it? Face painting, shrine. So we could, Lucid Dreams, we need to get a friggin' saviour. Protein training could be fine. We've got some organs, so we could do weapon proficiency, that's fine, we don't need that. Partnership's fine, we don't need mere omens. Drums in the deep, no. Character. Blood weaving, no. Ammonia, no. Scrap smelting, no. No. Bell of Challenge. Let's maybe give out some honourables. And everyone will get a +1 thing. Yeah, I don't think there is a saviour possibility anymore outside of us putting saviour in the character deck and chasing babies. That's literally the only way that we could do it. So if I had a sculpture, what would I sculpt? So the devout knowledge one would be fun to have everyone with that devout knowledge one. I mean, fingernail door, not fingernail door, the stupid one that Haster's got high roller. I mean, it just breaks the game, right? We could just put high roller on there and then everyone can buy it for 4 Lumi. But I think Guardian is actually my preference. Guardian 3 is 2 rerolls. It's pretty good, man. Pack leader's not much value because you're only allowed to have 1. Desperate Strike we've already got that we could buy this year. Physiognomy was useful, but not going to be much use in the upside down. If Stoneheart levels up to level 3, that's a really good one to put on there and just give everyone Stoneheart. This Stoneheart tough guy is wild. With +3 to the roll, to all severe injury rolls. Ridiculous. The only way you can die is with a head chomp. And you have to roll a 1. Everything else doesn't kill you. Severe injuries. Don't see any value in any of the gourmandism. Yeah, we could do champion knowledge. That seems like a great call. Yeah, let's do fucking deconstructive mind on the thing. Great. Joint array is a very strong option there. To put it on the thing and everyone can just buy a joint array. All right, we'll go Guardian. I like Guardian. So Guardian is always available and it costs 3 Lumi. Yeah, joint array is really useful. And it would be fun with the Screaming God, but let's do Guardian and just roll for crits. So someone who has Guardian has to lose a knowledge. You can't lose your tenant knowledge. So how do you lose it? All right, Friega's putting Guardian on there. Cool. She has to skip the next hunt. She's got -1 luck. So fine. All right, so of our survivors going out, you only have 2 Lumi. We need more than that. To get rid of Stone Skin, we would need to pay 4 Lumi for Guardian. 3 Endeavours would get Guardian on Eggia. Urzi's got 4 Lumi, so she can buy it straight away. So she'll buy Guardian and get rid of Stone Architect. One, two, three. How good is Guardian? Who else we got? Atla. She's got Stoneheart. She's got a room for it, but she doesn't have a Lumi. And Persephone's got 6 Lumi. So let's give Eggia or Atla. Let's give Eggy a Guardian by doing our last 3 endeavours to give her 4 Lumi from the thing, and then she just buys it because she's an osteophage anyway, and she's going to get Guardian as well. Good work. Good luck in the test, and I'm also heading off to bed. I will catch you tomorrow for a showdown with the inverted pariah. I'll be here. Hope you'll be there with me as well. Enjoy, friends. Have a great start to your week tomorrow. For me, it'll be a fantastic day at work. I'm certain of it. Catch you all then. Big Deno.